Hello, everyone. Welcome back. We're still awaiting Simi. Just a little bit. He should be with us. He should join us anytime from now. Thank you for being so patient. He will just be with us in a little bit. We're expecting him to join us any moment from now. So please just hold on for him. He should be with us again, and then we can talk with him as usual. Uh, so far, it's been a very wonderful time with him. He talked a lot with us, told us about how he started in Nigeria, how he got to Crotone, and all that. It's been beautiful talking with him. I don't know if Simi can rejoin us anytime from now, but we are expecting him to join us again shortly. Okay, we'll try and get him on board as soon as possible. So you can drop your questions for him as soon as he can join us. Okay, so Simi is here, so we should be having him. So okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah, it's clear now. Yeah,
Okay, that's Nigeria for us. Sorry for the interruption.
no, it's good. It's good.
Yeah.
Good.
Okay. So we're back. Yeah. Just before we had that little break, because of the internet, we're talking about the relationship between you and Crotone.
Yeah,
I was saying I am not just overwhelmed by the honors given to you by the club, but also from the city itself. It kind of shows that you've really been accepted and they recognize your input, your impact in the club. And I was asking you at the start, how was that relationship and how were you able to steady the ship in Crotone? And then we talked about the first season, you deciding to stay back at, is it first season or second season? After the World Cup, you decided to stay
yeah.
back at Crotone and go down with them to Serie B. Ooh, that was a very big decision. And I don't know, can you tell me more? Why did you make that decision? Because we just a year kepu here and there. This club is interested, that club is interested,
Maybe
and
nobody,
against all.
maybe nobody wanted me now.
Okay, but against all odds, you said, okay, I am going down to Serie B with them. Tell
Yeah,
me more about.
my Crotone was love at first sight for me. When I came in, they took me in straight away, straight away. The fans and
Mm,
everybody around, the love was massive, and then it became much more easier for me to adapt. The adaptation process took faster. Talking about life itself, like living in the city, settling in the city and stuff, not football wise, because Italian football is a very difficult league. Very, very difficult, and you always need time. So I had my adaptation process going for like maybe the first year, normal. I had to go through the process. I had few games. I started little games, very little. I scored little few goals, like 3 or 4 goals if I'm not wrong. Then in the next years, my performance became much more better because I understood more. Because we're talking about the strongest league in the world, tactical wise, and you can nobody can dispute that. So I
mm.
had my lessons and I grew with them, and I continue learning till date. I'm still growing. I'm no longer the same player I was 5 years ago, or even last year. That's for sure. And the process has been great. The city has been fantastic to me and my family. We are very much loved here, accepted, and making decisions to stay in places, where you are loved is always easy. So I
Mm.
think as a guy, as a man, you have to make decisions. So after the World Cup, I know so many people expected that I would jump ship, and also the fact that we went down. I
Yeah.
won't tell you that at the, there was not a moment I had thoughts like that of making moves, but when I go back into my shell like I normally do, I think about things in a different way, and staying in Crotone for me is not a step back, even in Serie B. We're talking about another difficult league to play. And when I went down, I said something that I'm not going down because of anything. I'm going down to prove myself in Serie B because anybody who thinks Serie B is a pushover should come in and try. You know, of course.
I can I can that it's not an easy
So,
feat.
so I said, if you find yourself anywhere, you have to prove yourself that you can play in this particular league. So it was a good process. We bounced back, we come back up again. Now we're struggling to stay up. For me, this is challenges that make you grow as a person. So I'm enjoying it. If I say I'm not, then I'm lying. I'm enjoying every bit of it because I'm growing every day as a person, as a player, and as a man. For me, it's been fantastic. And I can only appreciate the club. I can only appreciate the city, the people, because I really, really feel at home. 5 years with them has been fantastic.
57 goals in 142 appearances. But you get one particular goal where you score am. The day where you score that goal, I just said in my mind, one knack will go to World Cup that day against Juventus. Where did you chop go stadium that day? 2018. Egusi soup. Do you have egusi soup over there in
Yeah,
Crotone? Oh,
at home, yeah,
oh,
sure, sure. We
oh,
get that.
really? Oh.
Yeah, we get that, yeah.
So that goal still for me still remains probably the highlight so far at Crotone. And what was going through your mind when you saw that list for the World Cup, Palm, and you saw your name there, Simeon Nwankwo? How how did you receive the news of you being called up for the squad?
No, I think that was a special moment. Like I said from the start,
Yeah.
I dream every day.
Oh.
Invite my friends to dream. I will encourage people to dream more, because the more you dream, and then you put your energy into what you're dreaming about, trying to achieve your dreams, I think the purpose of life makes more sense. And for every
Hmm.
Nigerian football, I think it's an easy thing to do. Every player wants to represent their country. So when I had that chance, when I saw my name there, I think it was I felt my dream. I was not even thinking about the 23-man list. When I saw my name in the first 30-man list, I felt fulfilled.
Yeah, I remember that was the first time we met in Port
Yeah,
Harcourt
yeah.
after that friendly against
For me,
DR
against
Congo.
Congo, yeah. My debut was
Yeah,
against Congo. That day,
against Congo.
I fulfilled my dream. World Cup is something else. World Cup is another phase, another dream. But my
Yeah,
main dream of playing for my country, spending that moment, you
having
feel
your name.
everything. Yes, wearing that green, white, green, feeling, it's special. It's special. So for me, I don't think anything can change for that. So that day was very, very important for me. And when I saw my name there, like I said, one of my dreams again came to pass. So I'm not afraid to dream.
So we are safe to assume that you still dream that you will make it back to the Super Eagles.
Everything. Life is give us a lot of opportunities and chances.
Honestly,
Uh,
I felt you would have been called up these last games, but then that's a story for another day. Maybe
definitely.
that's God's own way. It's when it's your time, it's your time. It will come at the
I'm not
appointed
worried
time.
about it. We're off.
You're not worried
Today
about that.
I watched the game for 90 minutes supporting my country. That's all we have to do. If you're called upon, you go and play. If you're not, somebody else does the job.
You
So
support
it's fine. Yeah.
exactly. You support exactly. So, what are your right now? This season seems to be the record-breaking season. Highest goal scorer in terms of Africans playing in Serie A. In fact, I am tempted to say it's only Mohamed Salah that has scored more goals than you. Mohamed Salah and Sadio Mane that has scored more goals than you in the list of Africans around Europe in the major five leagues in Europe, the big five leagues as we love to call them. So many records are dropping here and there. How do you maintain, should I call it sanity? Not to get overhead of yourself when all these praises are coming left, right, center. How do you do to keep your calm?
I think that's the easiest thing I do in my life.
Really? Tell me
For
more
me,
about that.
it's the easiest thing, it's the easiest challenge I have to face. Because at the end of the
Really?
day, yeah, it's down to the mindset and how you see things.
Hmm.
I'm I don't think about normally. I don't think about myself too much in this game. I think more because it's football. It's a collective sport for me. I don't think about what I will achieve personally. Like I said, the only time you ask me about one of my special moments in Portugal, I can't even say any because individually, I don't keep records of what I did, what I've done, or what I can. No, I'm more focused on what we can do, what we can achieve. So I spend much more energy. I think I get more stressed, you know, when I can't help my teammates, not
Mm,
with my goals alone, but when I can't lift them, even with my presence, with my voice, a little bit more run here and there to support them,
mm,
sometimes goals when they need it. I feel more, I feel more depressed if I can't do that than when I don't achieve my personal goal, like let me say score 20 goals, score 15 goals. For me, it's because at the end of the day, the goals are consequences of the work of a team. It's not like table tennis or lawn tennis. I have to do everything by myself. So
mm.
it's easy for me. I don't think about personal accolades. I don't know if I have much more. I have a little bit few like here and there, maybe a couple of players of the month, top scorers in Portugal, second league, and Thailand second league. But for me, it means nothing. Absolutely. At this moment of my life and career, I think it means very little to me, to be honest.
Okay.
I'm much
That
more
is that is
accomplished when I see the team win. I feel much more accomplished. Last year we got off promotion. I saw like
yeah.
the whole city vibrating. 4 years ago when we survived relegation, I saw thousands of people vibrating. For me, that's the victory for me. It's not about me, it's about us. So keeping calm or being cool or it's easy. For me, it's very
It's
easy.
easy for you. That's beautiful. Okay, like I told you, this is not just we're live on radio, and we had to ask fans to send in their questions.
Okay.
So I've done a lot of the talking. Let me do some of the questions from the fans.
Okay, good.
Be surprised the questions are weird, not the normal questions you're expecting. I
Okay.
think I might have asked one. One is saying, as proper Naija boy, where you be? You
Yeah.
they see chop Nigeria food over there. I think you've answered it briefly by saying yes, you do eat
Overdose.
Nigerian meal.
Yeah.
Overdose.
My wife cannot disappoint. I trust her.
Shout out to her and the
Yeah.
babies at home.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Yes, another person is asking, Simi, when you're not playing football, what do you do? What are your hobbies and what do you love doing to relax?
Hmm. I'm becoming okay. I'm newly married, like 5 years now, 4 years.
Mm,
I'm creating my kids now. I have two. One of two. My daughter is 2 years old. My son is just 3 months old. I think I'm becoming more of a family man, you know.
okay,
I think
I know. I called it the other day. You were carrying children up, and I said, see one
but
now.
things, there are phases in life when things change. It's not like before when
Exactly.
I spend more time playing video games and stuff. Now I spend time playing with my daughter or carry her around, spend time with my family. I think there's no a better way to relax than the time spent
Standard.
because we spend like probably 70 to 80% of the times I spend it outside. Training,
Yeah.
games, travels, camps, and everything. So the little I have at home, I think I
You
can
spend it with the family.
maybe a couple of movies with my wife, some series here, but always in the presence of my family. We relax together. So that's much about it for now. Yeah.
Okay. Chekube from Boys asking, he says, how were you able to deal with the whole COVID and the whole bubble?
Mm. COVID hit everywhere, everybody now. Even Nigeria self, COVID
Yeah.
still hit us. Yeah, maybe a bit
Yeah, but
less.
it became worse for now because I dey see
Yeah.
now always the testing all the time, do this,
No,
do
yeah,
that.
for us to play, we have to go through a lot of tests and stuff like that. But of course, we're professionals. We have to do our job, and at the same time, we're humans. We have to be responsible. We have to be responsible because It's not just a fight. It's not like we're fighting against something we see. We're fighting against an invisible enemy. We don't even see him, so we don't know where to attack him with. So we have to be responsible, respect the rules. Stay home, you stay home. You can go out with face mask, you go out, distance, 1 meter, 2 meter, 3 meters, You have to respect all the rules. I think is the only thing and the basic thing we can do to come out of it, because at the end of the day, it's a difficult moment for everybody.
Exactly. Okay, another question. This one, no. This one tough well, oh. He says,
Okay.
Simy, choose one. Playing at AFCON 2022 or surviving Serie A with Crotone? This one hard though. This person must be a...
No, it's not hard.
Okay, let me hear you since you say it's not hard.
I prefer to survive with Crotone in Serie A because it's in 2 months. Then 2022 will think about itself. Yes, I will give up everything now to survive Crotone in Serie A. I will give up anything. Trust me. They leave me away. I will give up anything. That will be my biggest achievement in life if I can achieve it now. Trust me, I will.
Okay, that is on. You've heard it from CB. Said anything for Crotone for now. Then later, 2022, we'll talk about Super Eagles, whether playing for them or not. This other question. This one, Bila say no on one Nananka because it's specific.
Okay.
He says, do you still follow the Nanka Champions League? And if yes, when are you planning to come and let the people see you? Good question.
It's been
That's a good
long
question.
time. I think since I traveled, I've been back. I've been around only once to witness.
Yeah.
I think in the last 10 years or 11 years, I have been privileged to see one. Yeah, one tournament. Yeah, I don't follow
just one.
just one. I don't think that.
And just because of the timing and all that.
Yes. I think that was 2016 when I had our break fell in between 22nd, 27th, so I was around.
Okay.
Yeah, the rest I'm hardly around, so I can't follow much. But of course, I follow because I know that we are the champions. Always, like we the Igbo people, we are like dominating.
I know. You don't need to talk about it.
Our legacy continues. So I didn't win it in my own time, but at least I can be proud to say that we laid a good
foundation.
how do I put the foundation for the subsequent ones to come, because boys didn't go with a lot of young players, so I'm very happy.
There's a young man from that team that is currently playing with FC Fariba in the NPFL, Abuchi Okeke, very good young keeper. So, I also think as being from Nanka, I'm always very proud watching our league. Our boys are getting better. Yes, maybe they need more support, but they are getting better. And the level of play is also getting better. So I think I'm very proud of what I am seeing. I'll try to do my best to promote them with my platform, but I know the competition is very, very high as compared to becoming a professional. It's very, very, very high. But I'm very happy with the way we are moving. So recently, I've been seeing you on social media, almost like doing a lot of things outside the football pitch, charity, foundation. You have a foundation that's up and running. And also, you have almost becoming like an activist right about now. With your comments here and there about the things happening. So what are you up to now in terms of your charity work at home, in Nigeria, or maybe around? Yeah.
I think it's a way of life. People see it as a big deal. Me, I see it as nothing. I think it's just a normal way of life. If you love yourself, you need to love people around you, because people around you are the mirror of you. You see yourself. You can see yourself through people around you, your family, your friends, and then when somebody comes close to you, I think it's for a reason. So sometimes when you can, of course, you don't have to do things you cannot do. When you can, it's always good to stretch us a hand of help. You don't have to brag about it. Nobody needs to know. So my foundation work has been going on secretly. and I think we still need to do more. And I have the plans of doing even more because I'm satisfied with how much we've done. And I don't like putting out numbers, pictures every time, to show what I'm doing. Like I said,
Mhm.
I like to do my thing like my normal life. I'm a very preserved person. I don't, you hardly see me, always. You see me in the field, but I spend time much more inside. I'm a bit of an introvert, kind of. So I think everything about around my life is always the same. So my charity work is going on. People who benefit from it, I'm glad. They don't have to know me. I don't have to know them. It's not important. But I
Yeah.
hope and I dream I can do so much more because I'll be happy as a person to be able to affect change at least in few people's lives. I'll be glad to do that.
All right. We cannot go without talking about racism in football.
Mhm.
You know, yeah, it seems like in recent weeks or months, it's taking a new dimension. One would have thought that with the whole no fans in the stadium, it would have toned down a little bit, but they've taken it to social media. It's becoming worse and worse and worse. You have been a victim of racism just recently. So, how do you guys deal with that, especially not you as a black player playing in Europe? And how are you dealing with coping with it, and how do you ensure to protect your family too from getting such foul messages and attacks from such people?
I think it's our responsibility to create a different world, a new world altogether, because the one we're living in is messed up already. We have to admit that. Until we start telling ourselves the truth, we won't be able to effect change. We have to. I won't be hiding behind hypocrisy or anything and trying to patronize anybody with my words and say things like good or not. No, we have to start telling ourselves the truth. We as a person, we as people, we're not doing enough. And believe you me, our kids, they will grow up and meet the same thing we left. you know. So we have to take up this responsibility of creating a better world for them. If we want to do that, we have to go through the stress now so that they can be able to enjoy a better world. If we think we let's forget what we have to do and then focus on enjoying, it's easy. Sometimes, people, you know, it's not everybody, but there's a bit of low percentage of people who always, try to bring out their ignorance outside. And I said last week that social media has its positive impact, but now it's becoming crazy. It's not just about racism alone, but about cyberbullying as well, because now the whole thing is getting connected. People
Mm-hmm.
now, when they attack you, they bully you to some extent because they hide behind the cameras, they hide behind their telephones. You know, people are much more expressive now on phones, social media, Instagram, Facebook, comment sections and stuff, much more they can be when they are faced with people. You get the point. So we are no
Yeah.
longer we're living a two-way life now. We're confused to some extent. We are much more confused to some extent because when I put out something last week after the incident, my intention is to educate the young boy because he's young, you know. So he need to learn some lessons. And just like I sent, also the same message goes to other kids outside. They have to learn
Yeah.
the gravity of things they do. They have to start taking responsibility because that's the only way they can grow. They have to understand that there are limits to things you can do or say or write in your phone. We have to start telling ourselves the truth and start doing our work. Let's not just play blind to it. So I think first step is to educate the young ones. Second step is to take responsibility for it. We have to take that responsibility and then make them do the same. We have to create a better world for them. Sometimes we're talking about racism here, but also back home in Nigeria, you see people bullying, just
Yeah.
like here as well. People bully each other on social
Yeah.
media, and it's
Yeah.
crazy.
That's true. Mhm.
Sometimes you just can't, I can't imagine what's going on. You see, people they create fake profiles because you're not proud of what you are doing. So if you're proud of what you're doing, put your face out. Stand in front and say, yes, this is it. That's why I say we are all human beings. We have conscience. If you
Mm.
think you are doing the right thing, stand up, do it, and defend it. Don't hide behind your phone because you're in Port Harcourt, I'm in Onitsha. You can stay in Port Harcourt and tell me anything you want to tell me. Because, of course, you can't face me as a person. You
Yeah.
get what I'm saying? So
Yes, I do.
when people have bad days, they come online and then they put out all their
Pick
frustration
out
on
on any person.
anybody there. So it's
Yeah.
becoming too much. It's becoming too much. And people are getting so used to it that, we have to start making changes. We have to start working because a lot of people are going through a lot mentally. Mental health is not a, is not a, it's a serious
It's
issue.
crazy.
It's a
Yes,
serious
it
issue, but
is a
people don't
serious
know
issue.
how much damage they do to each other on social media. So we need to start educating them, and it's something I'm really, really thinking about. And hopefully, I may, figure out something and ways of sending this message the right way.
Okay, that's beautiful. And I'm always sad when I see you guys. But kudos to you guys. You've faced it brilliantly. You've handled it brilliantly, and I'm proud of what you guys are doing. At this point, we might be leaving you, but we cannot leave you without asking you to give words of advice to the upcoming generation, especially the young footballers, the young boys who who dream to be like Simy Nwankwo or like Paul Onachu or all of the big boys that are playing in Europe. Our last born, personally, my last born, I told him today I was going to interview you, and he's all over the moon. I think he's watching. And you understand, he is how old? 15. Our last born is 15, and he's all crazy. In fact, at some point, he was telling his teammates, his schoolmates, that you come from the same family with him. Just the fact that you're from Nanka and you bear the same surname, Nwankwo, that makes you his brother. So, what's your advice to those young ones who aspire to be like you? Just before we leave you.
Okay, I think it's not easy, giving out advices is not easy because there are a lot of things. Of course, now we have to be honest. Now,
Yeah.
there are always different contexts to everything, but I think the most important thing is I try to tell the younger ones or younger generations. First of all, you have to stay true to yourself. You have to first of all stay true to yourself. The values, the basic values that you grew up with, the good ones, of course. But then if you be clear in your head at a particular stage what you want to do, and then you have to stay true to yourself. You don't have to change you don't have to, sometimes you see young players now trying to be like, you don't have to be like me, you have to be yourself because there's always a better version of everybody. You just have to work and bring out the better version of you. And believe you me, the world will accept you for who you are and they will always appreciate you. But people, you can take motivation, inspiration from people who have done it. I do. Everybody, you have to look up to something, you have to dream about something, you have to let somebody inspire you, but you don't have to be like those people because you are different people altogether. So get your inspiration, get all the motivations you need, see the good works people are doing out there, but stay true to yourself. Try and impress in your capacity. If you're good in one thing, try to harness it and be the best version of that. Don't try to impress anybody. Keep impressing yourself every day, and trust me, the world will hear about you. So life is not easy. There will be difficult times. Always keep smiling. That's one of the advice I give out to people easily. No matter what, keep smiling. Last,
Mm.
if you bad today, you no go bad tomorrow. You no go bad forever.
I
You,
swear, that thing, no be
so that's it.
okay. I'm so happy you found time to talk with us. We've
No,
been
it's my
pushing for
pleasure.
this for a long while, and
Yeah,
thank you very, very much.
thanks to
What
you.
can I wish you? I wish you all the best. Hopefully,
Thank you
Crotone will
very
not
much.
get relegated, and hopefully, very soon I get to see you again. It's been a while. I haven't seen you in a long while, and I hope to
Yeah,
see you very soon. And I wish you all the best. My regards to your family and
thank you.
everybody. And
Appreciate it.
so much love from us here. We love
Thank you.
you. We watch you all the time. We might not show it all the time, but we are watching and we are proud of you. Thank you very much.
Thank
Yeah.
you very much. I appreciate all of you.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes.
Bye bye.
Yeah. Okay. That was Simy Nwankwo joining us. Like, you can log out now. You can log out from the video. Yeah, he's gone. Thank you very much. That was Simy Nwankwo talking to us all the way from Crotone in Italy. He has really shared a lot with us from when his career started, his challenges, what he strived to achieve and all that, and also what he's been doing with his charity. I thank you very, very much for joining us. Thank you for your questions. Sorry we couldn't exhaust all because we just had 1 hour to talk with him and we've exhausted it. Thank you very, very much to everyone. Thank you to the technicians that made this possible. And yes, keep joining us on 93.7 Wazobia FM. Do have a lovely, lovely evening. Bye-bye.